All right, what up, YouTube? I'm trying this again. Somebody called me and I declined their call, and I don't know. Uh, it took me out of my video when someone calls. Anyway, so I went to Walmart today, and I got my 2 packs, and I got the heck out of there. But anyway, so as bad as I was doing in retail, right? I kid you not, they had 20 of these. They had a whole whatever a case is. I must have just got there, and then they had tons of these, right? Just full. They didn't have anything else that was cleared out. So probably now, it's been 3 hours ago I got this, so they're probably cleaned out. But I looked and I was like, man, I've been doing terrible at retail. You'd say, "Oh, Ty, buy them all, right?" Nah, see, if I did that, I'd rip them all because I don't have the time to ship, and plus the whole flipping thing, and you know, I looked around and actually they used to have Topps Chrome there. Well, now you look on Facebook Market Space locally around here, and there's somebody at home. Hey, you want your Topps Chrome? $20 a pack. You want your Topps Blaster? 60, 70, whatever. It's like, that's where we're at, folks. So they're making their own hobby shop at home. So I'm gonna bust this blaster first, right? Do the blaster. I got some stories. So look, here's the thing. I had a lot of wonderful, great times in my life and stuff, and it seems like the stuff I've been telling y'all has been Debbie Downey or something, but down the dumps, right? But I don't know. It's just weird, crazy stuff that happened, and some of them are just, you'll see. But eventually maybe my next video, I'm gonna think of a lot of great positive things to say and stuff. I'm just telling you some weird stuff that happened. But anyway, in my lifetime, see, I'm like an extremist. Torres, extreme stuff, extreme stories. I don't know. I think those are the most fascinating, aren't they? I mean, who wants to listen to a dull story? But anyway, I got a whale shark. So, 3 minutes in. So first thing is, I told you the years before, but from like age 3 to 12, I lived in Fort Pierce, Florida. Well, got a long ball Rizzo. Man, I tell you, Rizzo, I got to watch more of him, but he has a different personality. It's quite, or Quiddy, rookie cards. So put the rookie cards over there. So what happened was, I had this best friend, Asher. He lived 2 blocks away. So back in the 80s, you could, I mean, I don't know why, but we let our kids run around. Kids would run around the, 4 square blocks or 2 square blocks or whatever. And nowadays it's like, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but we're like a lot more paranoid as parents and stuff. And if you got to see them almost. But anyway, as an 8-year-old, 9-year-old, whatever. But anyway, I went to, come on. Best friend Asher, and his mother was a nurse, and I never knew what his dad was. They had this real huge house, and they had a at-home maid, like she lived there, cracked the code, and so we were friends for years. But when I was 12 years old and I was going to move to New Orleans, I said, yeah, I'm moving, man, and all this. He goes, okay, well, as you're leaving, we're going to go to me and him, we were both 12, we went to the Beach Boys concert, right? A Gazelle. And so after the concert, me and him getting his uncle's car, or somebody's car, not his uncle, but anyway, and he was like, yeah, man, I got something to tell you, because you're a real close friend and all this. He goes, my dad, he was a major drug dealer, and he got arrested. And I said, yeah, I know. He was in the newspaper. And the only thing that was kind of weird is the uncle was in on it too. And I knocked on the door one time when Asher wasn't home, and the uncle answered the door. He was like really, really broken out. He must have been like allergic to the cocaine or something. But he was all, you know. I says, Asher here? No, he's not here. And so anyway, but yeah. So his father was a major drug lord, cocaine dealer. Now this is back in 1985, 86, 87, 88. And, you know, cocaine back then was flowing rampantly through southern Florida. So, One World Trade Center. So, anyway, Tomey, Hall of Famer. Yeah, so I said, that was that, right? So another thing is, on Sundays when I was growing up, here's a positive thing. When I was growing up, every Sunday we would go to church, and then we would go to this restaurant called Granny's, right? Just Granny's, and kind of cafeteria style looking thing. Got Louisiana, the swamp. Yeah. I liked it. I'm gonna have to read that up. But pyrite, a rock. No. So one time we were walking to Granny's, and it's like on an outlet mall kind of deal. And my dad found a scratch off, and he scratched it off, and it was $100 winner. So he goes, all right. So $100, just $100 winning scratch off that wasn't scratched off. And he found that. So in high school, I had a friend who had a problem with stealing, and he stole he was in band class with me in high school, and he stole some of the musical instruments and sold them to the local small music shop that was not 2 miles from the high school. Azuna, Marcel. So, got a tractor down on the farm. But yeah, so he ended up getting caught. The band teacher went to that music shop, said, hey, did you get any of this in? Let's look at the serial numbers. They matched, and that was it. So he gave them back. I don't know how that all played out. AJ Puck. So that was crazy. I don't know. So stupid, right? Sells it right down the street. So here's a fun fact. I was in first grade in Fort Pierce, Florida, and I remember this time. It was after the year was over in first grade. Me, my parents, my teacher, and the principal going to the cafeteria. Nobody was at school. School was closed. It was in the summer, and we had a meeting there. We were talking, right? And they said, I got a trout. Went fishing, and I caught a trout. So they said, we recommend that Ty goes to transitional first grade. And I was like, and I was like, and at the end of it, it all clicked. I was repeating the first grade again, and I was like, And I remember that drive home. I was like, oh man, Bregman. The back is, I don't know. You got to look these backs up. But world champion, I don't know. So in that ride home, I was like, I'm going to first grade again. Like a year of my life. I'm behind a year of my entire life. Like you took a year of my life, literally away. Just you took it. You took a year of my life. Like, not that my life was over, but you just took a year of my life. But anyway, it was probably for the best. But no back on that. I'm showing some backs. So I don't know. So this is the one with different Bregman. I'll have to look that up. But look up any short prints. Remember that the last time I was. Yeah. So that was that. And then I don't know. It seems like when you're a kid, things are more tragic than they really are. Oh, I lost a year of my life. And then when I moved, I was 12 years old and I'm moving. Like I had a group of friends. I was in Boy Scouts, you know, back before they had the rape incident and getting sued, whatever. And then I was like, I'm leaving y'all. I'm leaving all my friends. Oh, my life's over. Like Soto, back, mini. But Acuna Jr., long ball. So, yeah, that was that. I remember crying, oh, I'm leaving. All my friends in Florida. I don't know, just. So another thing, Fort Pierce, Florida at that time had some bad juvenile delinquents. And I'm not saying they weren't everywhere, but man, there was some bad. Now it's going to get dark. So you don't want to hear some real crazy stuff. So when I was like 11, 10 years old in Fort Pierce, Florida, there was some kid played Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if it just came out or whatever. I don't know much about. I know a little bit about the game. But these kids, they were like, these two kids, something was wrong with them, but they weren't wired right. But they were like, yeah, and they were playing it like you're supposed to play it and imagine, oh, I got my shield, now I got this, and then, well, they were like, yeah, there was this one kid that he didn't like this other kid in school, and he goes, he's the bad guy, or he's the whatever, the troll we have to kill. And that kid took that other kid he didn't like at school, took him into the woods and killed him. You know, like, yeah, it's Dungeons and Dragons, and really killed him. And then my mother goes, you can never play Dungeons and Dragons ever in your life, ever. Like, I was just like, yes, never play Dungeons. I never did, and I was like, I never did, and I never will. So, LeMahieu, didn't he come from LSU? I think so. I don't know. I gotta look that up. I think he did. But anyway, so yeah, that was weird. That was bad, and probably was probably in Florida, around there. I don't know, but so that was that. And then here's where it's pretty bad. So I was going to. This is like fourth grade. Third or fourth grade when I was. Actually, it happened. No. Andy Pettit. There's a kid. I'll say his name. His name's Victor Brancaccio, and I went to school with him in Fort Pierce, Florida, at St. Anastasia Middle School, and Alvarez rookie card, and he. You know, his parents were millionaires, whatever. Brianna Scurry, goalkeeper. So he was listening to his headphones. This is after I moved, so he was in like high school. The one good thing he did is like I was in class with him. We were whatever, we needed some extra time with something, so we had this period, and it was a mesh of all these people from different grades, and me and him sat right next to each other, right? He seemed pretty cool with me and stuff, but anyway, so I 13 years old, I go to Louisiana, and then he goes to high school, still in the same private school and everything, right? The only good thing he did was like there was these bullies bullying, a kid, and a high school bully is bullying like a middle school kid or a ninth grade kid or whatever, and he just walked up and he knocked out. I mean, he was taking names. He knocked out both guys, and like one of them he messed up like bad. And anywhere, but the plot thickens, So him sticking up. Oh, they got the magnetic, so they don't want you stealing. Might be something good in there. We'll see. This is the retail package. There was like 3 packs in this. So anyway, okay. So he ends up in high school, and he's around his neighborhood, and he's listening to 2 Live Crew cursing and rapping, right? This 80-something-year-old lady comes out, and she says, "Turn your music off." And I don't know if she ripped him out of the earphone, out of his head, or out of his ears, whatever, but she's like, "You don't listen to that talking all, rapping and out loud and all this." And he killed her, and then he brought her to a woods or something, spray painted her red, and to cover up the fingerprints, he had red paint on his hands. He got caught. She was dead, murdered, and he's still in jail now. And that was many, many, many years ago. And so his dad forks up $1.5 million, something stupid, like literally over $1 million, like probably twice over $1 million. But first time does that. He had a court hearing to review it over. Now they're trying to look at, since they arrested him under 7, he was either 17 or 16, and there was this new law, and it's a bunch of legal stuff. Like there was this law passed, and one guy that murdered somebody at 16 or 17 was 25 years later, after he served 25 years, was released. He was sentenced to life, but 25 years, it's like you served 25 years and you were a minor, so we're releasing you. And so the dad forks up another $1 million, just million. I mean, literally $1 million or more. And Acuna Jr., cool border, but nothing on the back. Trying to get him to get off because he served his 25 years, and he was at that certain age. That actually got completed, the court date, and it was denied. And so they're like, "No, you're spending a year." And the family was there. See, I think that's another thing. The 85-year-old lady or whatever she was, they were there. They talked about how sweet she was and all this, and they're crying. They're like, "We want him in prison." And then I think that had a part to do with it. I don't know. If nobody was there from the family, and does anybody have anything to say? And you hear crickets, it's like, well, I don't know. You got a point there, lawyer. Whatever. That's why they're lawyers, right? They go to school for 8 years, 10 years, whatever. So, anyhow, I'm going to have to look these up for any kind of short prints. I don't know if it's... But, so now the dad's like, he's like, "I exhausted all my money in Vodo, regular back. down on the farm, a pig. Now he's talking about taking it to the Supreme Court. So that's probably $2 million plus. I don't know. He's talking about, give me my son back. He's a good kid. He murdered a lady. Solar, still. So Solar. He's still playing. I don't know. There's like Francisco. I forgot the guy's first name, but he played a lot longer than. It's like you follow somebody. They're hot. You follow them, and next thing you know, they don't drop off the radar. But you're like, where did they go? You look it up, and they're playing for Kansas City Royals or the Pittsburgh. I mean the Pirates. And got Price, regular back, McGuire, regular back, Springer, regular back, Gallo. And you're like, wow, they're still playing. Doer. And that will do it. I'll have to look up, see if I got any short prints or whatever. But all right, YouTube, take it easy. Next time I'll give you some more positive stories in this stuff.